What's up, YouTube? CBR Rider 615 again, doing a quick little vlog for you here. Doing a nice little daytime vlog for us, and we're gonna see if we can get some good footage here. And basically, I just want to talk to you guys today about a little thing that I like to call proper etiquette. One, I don't like being told that, you know, I'm a smaller vehicle, so I gotta wait for the bigger guys. That doesn't fly with me. So I just wanted to do a little bit of a run through on what I believe and things like that. Personally, I don't think that people pay enough attention to bikers, and I mean, I know that that's a common thing these days, is people don't pay attention, and they really should. But you know, it's just really upsetting that, you know, I mean, we can't do much as people anymore, you know, since we just think that we own the road and all that, you know. And I can't stress this enough, but when, you know, I mean, I've almost been hit several times, and I've had people look at me like, oh, well, you know, it's your fault that, you know, you're on a motorcycle, you know, you're automatically at fault because you shouldn't be on the road, you know. And I feel as though I've got just as much right to be on the road as, you know, this minivan in front of me, or, you know, this SUV beside me, or, you know, anything, you know. I mean, I got the right to be, you know, I got the right to be there, you know, just as much as everybody else does. And, you know, and it's just you know, I mean, I give myself space and I give myself time and everything like that, so I don't want people to think that I'm some jerk about it, you know. I mean, I'm not one of those that, you know, just you know, does what I want, you know. I mean, I follow the rules, I abide by traffic laws and things like that, you know. And, you know, I mean, and you know, I mean, it's just a matter, you know, knowing who's where and what they're doing. And, you know, it's just, I mean, bikers these days, they just get a lot of rap for, you know, being on a bike. And I mean, yeah, it's dangerous and things like that, but, you know, I mean, when we're riding and things like that, I mean, you know, it's because it's a passion. It's not because we have to. It's because we want to. You know, I mean, I know people, you know, everywhere that, you know, they just, you know, they don't know what to do anymore, because I've had friends that have quit riding motorcycles because they're like, it's just too dangerous, and, you know, I don't want to deal with that anymore. And, you know, I mean, people don't pay attention to me, and I don't know if there's anything that I can really do to make it any better. And, you know, I mean, and I agree with them. I mean, there's things that just go on that you can't solve, and it's an annoyance factor, because, I mean, somebody should not be, you know, penalized for something that they enjoy doing just because other people these days, you know, they want to ruin it, you know. I mean, that's what I don't like, you know. I mean, I don't want to get penalized for somebody else's actions. I mean, that's the last thing that I want, you know. It's just, I mean, I want to go out and have fun, be responsible, be respectful to people. I mean, I understand give them space and things like that, but, you know, it's just, there's just things that go on that you can't really solve. And, you know, if you know, I mean, if half of my friends were still riding that used to ride, I mean, we'd have a bigger group going. But right now I'm all by my lonesome because they think it's too cold, or, you know, they think it's dangerous this time of year and things like that. Personally, I think that this is the best time to ride, because people see a bike, they're like, dear God, this guy's out on a motorcycle, he's fucking crazy, you know. And this light is not going to change forever, so I'm just going to sit here for a bit. But, you know, it's all a matter of knowing, you know, what to do, you know. And, you know, I mean, and that's the thing, you know, as a person, we a lot of times, we don't do a lot, you know. I mean, we try and be better as people, you know, to do things. And, you know, I mean, and that's the thing, I mean, I'm a good person. I mean, I was raised the right way, you know. And when I first got my bike, my mom was not on board with me having a motorcycle, okay. And, you know, if there's anything that, you know, we need to, you know, if there's anything that we need to, you know, get out there, and if you're seriously thinking about getting a motorcycle, you don't have one yet, and you don't know how you're going to tell your parents, you know what, just sit down and talk to them. You know, I mean, honestly, just, you know, I mean, if you want to show them this video, I don't care what you have to do. I mean, honestly, it's not, yeah, okay, it's dangerous, yes, okay, but so is walking across the street these days. So is driving a car, you know, I mean, everything is dangerous these days, you know, so, I mean, and I didn't know what that van was doing right there, so, but, you know, but, you know, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you gotta be prepared, you know, and do different things, and, you know what you're doing, you know, and it's not that hard to, you know, do different things today. You know, I mean, if you want to go out and get a bike, you know what? You should just say to your parents, I want to go out and get a bike. I know that you guys won't like me because, you know, I mean, you think that's a dangerous sport and everything like that, but you know what? I really think that this could be benefiting me. You know? And I mean, anybody that, you know, anybody that comes out, you know, anybody that comes out these days, you know, and they say, you know, oh, well, you know, you gotta, you just gotta know what you're doing, you know. I mean, yeah, you do gotta know what you're doing. You do gotta be prepared, and you do gotta be safe. I mean, that's the main thing. I mean, for God's sake, you gotta be safe when you ride. I mean, you know, I mean, don't be a fucking moron. I mean, I'm gonna say, you know, there's a lot of responsible riders out there. There's a lot of fucking morons out there. All right. You know, I'm not gonna say you have to wear a helmet. All right. You know what? If you don't want to wear a helmet, so be it. But you know what? I personally wear a helmet because I don't want to get in. You know, I mean, if it can save my life, I'm gonna do it. I wear protective gear everywhere, every day. I've got gloves that are armored. I've got jackets that are armored. I've got a helmet that's, you know, could potentially save my life. You know what? Does it get hot in the summertime? You bet your ass it does. But you know what? That's not going to stop me from, you know, that's not going to stop me from, you know, riding my bike in the summertime. No. It's going to make it, you know, where I can actually do a lot of different things. And, you know, I mean, it's just, you know, you got to know, you know, I mean, you tell your parents from this angle, you know, say you'll be safe. You know, I mean, of course, you should always be safe. All right. If you aren't going to be safe, then yeah, you shouldn't be the type that's on a bike, okay? But, I mean, personally, just tell your parents that you're going to be safe and that, you know, you really, you know, you really are interested in getting a bike. And, you know, I mean, show them that, you know, you can do it. You know, take your test, pass your test, you know, say, you know what, I already got the testing done. All I need to do is get a bike, you know? And, I mean, if you do, so be it. How I introduced it to my parents was not the best way, and I'm not going to suggest any of you do it. My bike showed up in my garage before they even knew I had it. So, you know, I mean, that's not a good approach to go by. It worked for me, but I also had other things, you know, I mean, I've got driving experience and riding experience that, you know, has helped me a lot in the years. You know, I mean, I haven't had a motorcycle but more than almost a year now. And, you know, but I mean, I'd rode other things like dirt bikes and all that, you know, I mean, I grew up on that stuff, you know, so, I mean, the whole fact of, you know, knowing where you're going to go and what you're going to do, you know, I mean, that's just something that you got to learn, and, you know, it's not that bad of a deal, you know, and, you know, I mean, but basically, I mean, just, you know, I know I rambled on a lot about this, but you know what, just, I would suggest, you know, just listen to this video and subscribe, comment, like, whatever.